All right, today we're kicking off a journey. It's a journey to reclaim the most valuable territory you will ever own, your own mind. We're going to explore how you can become the true architect of your own thoughts. So let's just dive right in. I want you to start by really thinking about this question. In a world where we are just bombarded with information 24/7, who is actually drawing up the blueprints for what you believe? Is it really you? Or have you maybe handed that pen over to someone or something else without even realizing it? And the reason that question is so critical is because, well, we're all trying to navigate this modern maze. It's like a digital labyrinth, and it's built on a very specific and often completely hidden architecture. And let's be super clear about this. This isn't some random accident. The kind of deception we see online, it's not a bug, it's a feature. We're literally living inside an information structure that was designed to shape our perception and to guide our thinking. But why is it so darn effective? Well, this kind of manipulation, it usually flies right under the radar because it's not some big, obvious attack. It works in these subtle ways, targeting our cognitive blind spots. These are ancient patterns of control. They've just been repackaged for the digital age. And the most brilliant part? It's designed to feel like our own thinking, which makes it incredibly hard to spot. But here's the good news. Just because this labyrinth is complex doesn't mean we can't find our way out. We absolutely can. We just need the right map, the right set of tools. What we need is a blueprint. And that's exactly what this is all about, giving you your personal blueprint. Think of it as a guide to help you deconstruct all those external narratives and then build a brand new framework for your own truly independent thought. So, here's what our journey together is going to look like. It's broken down into 5 clear steps. First, we'll start with the framing, just understanding the landscape. Then we dig into the mechanism, uncovering how it all works. Once you can see it, you'll learn pattern recognition to spot it in real time. From there, we work on breaking the spell with real practical tools. And finally, we get to reflection and integration, which is all about making these skills a permanent part of who you are. So the first part of our work together is really about learning to see what's been intentionally hidden from view. It's like developing a whole new kind of literacy for this modern world. We're going to explore this key concept we call the demiurgic mechanism. Now, I know that's a fancy term, but the idea behind it is pretty straightforward. It's really just about the invisible systems of control that shape our world. Think about an algorithm that learns your fears and then keeps feeding you content that makes you feel outraged and keeps you scrolling. That's the mechanism at work. It leverages our own psychology against us to shape what we see, what we feel, and what we believe. The core skill you're going to develop here is learning to distinguish between 2 different voices. On one side, you've got all the noise of social conditioning. That's the external programming telling you what to think, telling you to follow the narrative. But on the other side, you have your own inner knowing, that authentic guidance that acts as your internal compass. We're going to help you tune out all that noise and turn up the volume on that signal. Okay, so awareness is the first huge step, but it's not the last one. This whole training is about moving from simply seeing the matrix to actively building the tools you need to operate with real freedom within it. This is where the passive learning stops. It's time to move from just seeing to actually building. You got the blueprint. Now it's time to start laying the foundation for your own mental fortress. So here's what's in your new toolkit, and this isn't abstract theory, okay? You're going to learn real, actionable techniques for a cognitive detox to clear out all the noise. You're going to build an internal radar to detect manipulation. And you'll master identifying the red flags of influence before they ever have a chance to take root. So where does all this lead? Well, it leads to the final and honestly the most important stage of all, becoming the architect to yourself. See, the end goal here isn't just to learn a bunch of facts or cool tricks. The goal is to embody this new level of awareness so deeply that it becomes your default setting. It's about making these skills an intuitive, natural part of how you see and interact with the world around you. And to get there, we have to ask ourselves some deep and, yes, sometimes uncomfortable questions. Take this one. Where have I outsourced my thinking power? That question forces you to take a really stark inventory of where you've given away your own autonomy. Answering it honestly, that's the first step to taking that power back. And that brings us right back to the beginning, full circle. Once you are the true architect of your own thoughts, the possibilities are, well, they're limitless.
So I'll leave you with this final question to think about as you start this work. What will you build with your newfound autonomy? What ideas, what decisions, what amazing creations will you bring into the world when they are truly, authentically your own? Let's find out.